Welcome back. You're looking at Ray Setti, who is a psychic astrologer and the author of the book 12 Dimensions to the Human Potential. Good to see you, Ray.
Good to have you. Good to be here. Thank you.
You know, to be super blunt, had other people over the years who are somewhere or somehow connected to your field, but a psychic astrologer is what? I want to be clear.
Well, I've been trained as an astrologer. I worked with teachers, I worked with educators, and I believe anybody can be trained in astrology. You can learn the planetary meanings, how the energies work. I consider myself a psychic astrologer because I find, and I've noticed that I'm very connected on a sensitive spiritual level to planetary energies, and I think that makes me different from someone else that may be just an astrologer.
When did you know?
It's something that was very progressive over the course of my life. I knew when I was very young I had a connection to the spirit world because when I was young I was having disturbances during the night, which I didn't realize what they were until I was an adult.
Wasn't there like someone who came in, an older woman who was actually your aunt, walked around with a cane?
It was actually, yeah, it was my mother's aunt who would show up in my bedroom at night. And this was someone that I didn't know who it was.
How old were you?
Probably around 5 or 6 years old.
Okay, so your mom confirmed that it was her aunt.
Yeah, because I would describe who I saw, and it turned out that her aunt had passed on in the home where I grew up, and her presence was there. I think because, see, the spirit world knows when we have a connection to them, so they're going to show themselves to those who can see them.
Not me.
They might. We might not be aware of it. You might not be aware of it.
Let me do this. I want you to be real clear. The main message of your book is what? Because I want people to get it. By the way, the publisher is?
Outskirts Press.
Well, plug it as much as we can, guys. The main message of the book, Ray, is what?
Is that all our potential already lies within the fabric of our being, and it is all based on our choices, our free will, and what it is we choose to experience and create while we are here. And through astrology, I see the potential energies, beyond what you can see with your physical eyes. When you're looking at an astrological chart, it's not necessarily something that's tangible. We're looking at planetary energies, planetary positions, and how they can potentially express themselves based on our free will and our choices.
Give me a for instance.
Okay, I'll use myself as an example. Through most of my adult life, I worked as a graphic designer in the corporate world. However, I always did this on the side. This was my night job. And I was at a turning point in my life where I was deciding within myself whether or not I wanted to stay in the corporate world or pursue my career as an astrologer and support myself and kind of take a leap of faith and do what it is that I'm doing. And I've had the potential to go either way during the course of my adult life.
And you went this way because?
Well, I can remember this actually very clearly. It was the evening of September 12th. I was on the phone with one of my mentors, and for a very long time, I was afraid to see what could potentially come to pass in terms of global events, and I would kind of shy away from that. One-on-one, I was fine with people. I wasn't comfortable looking at world events, what can potentially come to pass over, for humanity. And on September 12th, and like I said, I remember this very clearly. I was on the phone with a woman who was my mentor, who was my astrologer, if you will. And we were trying to make sense about what happened the day before. And in that moment, I realized, I can no longer keep silent. I need to, in some way, shape, or form, make a difference to inspire humanity to see what may be inside them that they may not necessarily see.
And that's what happened after September 11th for you.
It was on September 12th. I remember very clearly.
And you're making a career out of this.
Absolutely, yes.
Who are your clients?
I have many clients. I've had some celebrities come to me. I have just about, my next door neighbor, just about anybody comes to me. So.
And the people who are skeptical, before I let you out here, I want to know, the people who are skeptical, you say?
Well, I don't try to change someone's mind. I said the information is out there. Do the homework, do the research yourself. If this doesn't work for you, then, that's fine. I would not try to convince someone this is the way to go.
But you have tremendous passion for this.
Absolutely.
The name of the book is 12 Dimensions to the Human Potential. I'm going to ask you before you get out of here. You're sitting across from me for just a few minutes. Can you sense something in someone else?
Yeah, actually I sense around you 2 male energies on your father's side of the family who are very connected to one another. And what they're showing me is that they're actually, and to me this doesn't make any sense, so I hope this makes some sense to you. They're in a very dark wooded area, but they're together. There's a very strong bond between the two of them, and there's a strong bond with them to you, all right? And also, in your bedroom at night.
You don't want to talk about what goes on in my bedroom at night.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
Actually, I think also, does your wife has a brother or a brother-like figure who is crossed over?
No. Just two brothers.
All right. But they're both
Yep.
here. All right. There's a strong male entity who is like, and you might ask her about it, who is like a brother to her.
Yes.
All right. And they're showing me, and this is where they're showing me a crystal, the pyrite crystal. You know what pyrite is? It's fool's gold. So just run that by her and see what that has to, if that makes any sense for her. Sure.
I want to make sure. I want to get together with Ray after the show because I have some things I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
But I just don't want to share it with everyone. The name of the book is 12 Dimensions to the Human Potential. Ray Sethi, I want to thank you for joining us. A fascinating career. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.